I'm recording this class.
Yeah, sure. No issues.
Yeah.
So which editor you are using right now?
IntelliJ for
Python.
Java, right?
Spark.
That is
For Spark, I'm using IntelliJ.
okay. I think Python supports or IntelliJ. I'm not. I don't have an idea, but
PyCharm is there for like
Python, right?
JetBrains. PyCharm, what you're using for Python.
So Python is, the abstraction of C and C++. Okay. So on top of C and C++, this Python has been written. Okay. So compared to other languages, right? I mean, if you compare with C, C++, right? So Python is slower, okay, a bit slower than C and C++. So till now, that's why, people don't prefer in some of the applications over C and C++.
कौन से दिन आपको आवाज आ रही?
हाँ, yes.
नहीं उनकी वो बोल रहे हैं उनकी
हाँ,
नेहुल
आ
भाई
रही
की
है. नेहुल भाई की आवाज आ रही है. आपको नहीं आ रही है? अभी नहीं आ रही है.
No, I'm not speaking right now. That's why.
हाँ, तो ठीक है.
ठीक है.
No, just telling, right? See, at the time I was for right people, C++, right, over Python and this one, right? So it's, bit slower, okay, compared to C and
Python is slower. Yeah. In processing also Python is
C++.
slower. Right?
Python basically is, the abstraction over C and C. Yeah, Python is slower, correct. So that's why, people don't use, I mean, specifically in, this web applications, okay. But still, you might be surprised that our I mean Instagram, right? So that is built on Python. Okay.
Python.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't. But the thing is that I'll tell you why. Okay. Here you can search, right? Right.
नेहुल भाई बना था. वो इसमें
Django.
In Python only, right? The thing is that, say, if I'll explain this, you won't understand. The thing is that availability, right? So the thing is that Python is for anything, right? I mean, Instagram, right? So it won't be, I mean, very faster, okay? Even it won't be consistent, okay? So what exactly it is doing, like, for example, if you click search or, if you click on some like or anything, right? So you might be, you won't see that effect, okay, immediately. So that is, it comes like, the eventual consistency, okay? And I think whatever I'm
But
saying,
if Python is slow, then why, like it is being used in machine learning and all, why Java is not being used highly there?
I'll tell you one more thing. Okay, so for example, if you are telling Java, okay, so you are aware about this Spark, right?
Yeah.
So the backend, right? So that is being used. Okay, even if you are using PySpark, okay. So backend it is calling JVM only. Okay, Java is there. Okay,
Okay.
in backend. So on top of that, they have written this, right? So I'm telling, right, this is the Python is abstraction, okay, of C and C++. Okay, so same thing, even the PyCharm. Okay, so PyCharm, whatever you, I mean, sorry, PySpark.
PySpark.
Yeah, so the PySpark is nothing but Python plus Spark. Okay.
Yeah. And Spark uses
Yeah, Spark is, see, the basic
it's a
language is
framework.
Scala, right?
Scala. Yeah.
So the Scala is nothing but, see, now again it uses, JVM, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you are, encounter any errors, right, in I mean Scala or Spark, right, you might be saying that the errors comes, like somewhere you'll see, somewhere JVM has failed or some error, which is encountered in, Java, okay. So indirectly it is calling Java, okay. So it is not like that everything is, working in this.
Yeah.
So it is, why I say this Python again, why they have, like written the codes in, I mean, the Python is, like this code, okay. So the thing is that Java and anything, right? So I'll show you one more thing. Let me open Java compiler. So if you want to print anything, right, in Java, so this is how you have to write your code, right?
Yes.
So you have to create a class, then you have to create your main method, then inside that you'll type system.out.print.ln. Okay. So then at the end you will be able to print something in console, right?
Yeah.
But now in Python, right, you'll just type print, okay,
Print. Yes.
and it will work.
Yeah.
So this is more user friendly, right, compared to Java.
Java. Yes. Yes.
So this is, kind of, this is machine friendly. Okay. I won't say it is also user friendly, but people, like if somebody is writing in code in Python, right? So they won't prefer Java, right? Because in Java, the line of codes, right? Whatever you are going to write in Python, so that will be much more okay in Java compared to Python.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, both the things, right? This print and this things, okay, both are doing same thing, okay. Now the thing is that again I'll tell you, okay. Yeah, from here I'll ask you one more question. So here, like the main entry point is main, right, in
Yeah.
Java. So whenever if you want to like do anything, right, so the entry point is main, right? So can you just tell me what is the entry point here in Python? How actually, any program will be called?
With it's like usually it's init method, right? We create a init file and then we create def is equal to underscore underscore main. So that's where it recognized that.
Yeah, so exactly, I'll tell you. See, here also that is the entry, okay, the name of that, okay. So that is main only. So for example, you're telling, right? So for example, I'm creating one function, okay, this print. And again, I'm typing print, okay. So can you tell me whether this will execute or not first?
No, we have to call this. Oh, acha. Will execute. Maybe. Not sure.
Mansi, what about you?
It will execute.
Are you sure?
Yes, not sure, but execute. It will execute because I'm just confused with between the overloading or overriding. I don't know, because the print that is in the inside the machine also there is a print, and this is also the print. So which one is it going to take? I'm not sure about that, but it will execute.
Okay, let's see.
Are they zero argument and one was created?
I already mentioned, right, a few things. Okay, there are some reserved keywords, okay.
Hmm. Which
Huh,
you
we
cannot
can't.
use. Hmm.
Oh,
in Python or any language. For example, even also in while you are declaring this function, right? So print is already reserved, right, in Python, correct?
Yeah.
So now I'm using that same print here, okay, in my function definition. Then it won't work, right? So here itself it will throw an error because this print, what it will do, it will call that our this inbuilt print function, okay, so which expects some argument, okay.
Okay. So we can't use, correct, okay. So we can't use the predefined words. Otherwise, it will try to implement that, but it is not getting any variable like
And it is the
inside
same
that.
for all the
Will throw,
language,
right?
right?
Here if I use for, right? So for, right? This will also throw an error, right?
Invalid
Yes.
syntax.
Syntax.
Yeah.
A different error.
Because all are, all these are, see, different errors means, see, there also it was like same only, okay.
Your
Here
voice is
it
breaking.
was like print
Nearby, your
only,
voice
but
is
see,
breaking.
this is okay.
हाँ मेरे लिए भी break कर रहे हो yes.
Now still it is
हाँ,
breaking.
अभी clear. No,
Hmm.
now it's a bit clear.
Okay. See what I was trying to tell you here also it was like trying to call that print function, okay. But what was the problem? Okay, let me show this also once again.
Type error.
So where it is failing exactly?
It is
Okay.
failing on line number 5.
Okay, now for example, if I'll give something like this. Okay, okay, I'm doing Mansi. Now whether it will work or not.
It should give error if we are using the keyword.
Hmm.
It should fail.
Okay, is it?
हाँ, अभी काम कर जाएगा.
वही
नहीं किया.
Hush.
Maximum recursion depth exceeded.
So actually, see, here it is not allowed. Okay, the problem is that you are, same keyword. Okay, first of all, here itself it will fail because
Your voice gone.
your function definition should not contain the reserved keywords. Okay, so anything, anywhere, anything you are using, it won't work. Okay, so any luck you will try, it won't work. Okay, with reserved keywords.
हाँ, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Hmm.
this is the first thing.
But
Okay,
the question is ki in 4 while using the 4 keyword, 4 is also keyword, right? So why we got the different error? Like there was invalid syntax. It should give the same error, right? Because we are using the keyword.
okay, so I'll tell you one more thing. See, print is a function. Okay, that is in the definition. Okay, and the for is the keyword you are using in the looping. Okay, so for doesn't
हाँ,
expects. I mean the in the what I would say that is in function. Okay, you
okay.
can't use
Print
directly.
is
Print
a
is something,
function.
it is a function, right? I mean it is a function. Okay, for is not a function, but yeah, both are object only. Okay, let me also again make it clear. Okay, if instance,
It is function as well as it is an object.
yeah, this is also object. Okay,
Invalid.
is instance, why it is throwing an error, it should not. Just a second. Here I'll show you one more thing. So here see for okay whenever we use for, right, so we are not using for anywhere as a the definition, okay, function definition, but print is kind of function, okay, inbuilt. Here if you'll see here, if I'm hovering, right, so here it is showing some definition function, okay, I'm hovering my cursor here, so it is like showing some def. But when I'm moving here, right, so this is just inbuilt keyword, okay, it is not pointing to any function definition. For example, even here in here also, right, so it is showing some def equal to something, right, so
Hmm.
this is a function, right, so that's why this is a keyword, okay, it is not kind of function or anything, okay,
Okay.
you are getting right.
Hmm.
Yes,
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 yes.
getting it.
So same thing here also. Why you got an error? Because this for is a keyword. It is not kind of object or anything. It is not defined as the function or anything, right? So this is just a keyword. Okay, that is inbuilt. Okay, in Python. Even if you use something in, right? So that is also a keyword. Okay, this is not a function, right? Even while or all these are keywords. Okay.
Hmm. Yes, getting it now.
So what I was, the actual question mine was the what is the entry point in Python, right? That was the
Hmm.
question. Yeah. So can you just tell me?
Hmm. मैं बोल दूँ
बोल दो।
क्योंकि मैंने तो किया हुआ है लास्ट टाइम.
ठीक है, बताओ।
Entry point in Python is main method.
But we are not defined. अच्छा, main.py defined किया है इसलिए.
नहीं, if name is double equal to the.
One more thing, okay, yeah, that's what what I was trying to show you is something, okay. So I'm just okay, I have created some function, okay, some function help. I'll print this, right, and if we try to print this, right, so here something called module, okay, in Python.
Hmm.
It's not kind of method or anything. Here it is like modules and package, okay, okay.
Okay.
So what exactly happens is whatever function. I mean, do you know what is difference between module and package?
No.
Can you just explain what is module and what is package?
Package, I know, like package is basically where we have all the files under one folder, like which are related to each other. That's how packages. Module.
So okay, yeah. So wait, I'll explain. The module is nothing but a script, okay, a particular script or file, okay. So which you are saving under any name, okay, name any name.py, okay. So name can be anything. So here, for example, this is main.py, okay. So this is a one module, okay, in Python,
Hmm. Yeah.
okay. And the package is nothing but the collection of modules,
Collection of modules. Collection of modules. Okay. Hmm.
which is collection of modules, and it is a kind of which renders some particular functionalities, okay. So for example, pandas is there, numpy is there, then like lot of different packages are there, right? So those
Hmm.
packages are created for to render particular functionalities. Okay, so same thing here, it is there. Okay, so here the entry point for Python is nothing but main module. Okay,
Yeah.
which is nothing, this is
If
okay.
name equals to.
Yeah, so
Okay.
here
Hmm.
I have created one function. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
this
Hmm.
what I'm now doing is I'm just I'm just printing the help on this. Okay, so I just want to know more about this function. Okay, what exactly this function is. So what actually
Hmm.
it is printing is help on function, something the function name in module.
In module main. Okay.
Okay,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
so now what it is trying to print is that, okay, so this function is declared inside this main module. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
But we have not defined anywhere if name equals to main. So it
Yeah,
considers itself by itself that because
yeah,
in Java we do that, right?
yeah,
Like
correct. So that is
public
a,
static void main.
yeah. So that's what now I'm going to explain.
Okay.
So how Python assigns this main, right? So exactly here what happens is whenever you are creating some file, right? So I think um, I showed you Nancy, right? Last time you created some file, right? Desktop it was there. Yeah. So can you just see these two files, right? File1.py
Yeah.
and file.2py. Okay.
Hmm.
So here what I'm doing, I'm just importing file2. Okay. So to
Yeah.
again one more thing, just want to tell you. Okay. So for example, even if you want to import anything, right? I mean, if you want to use other functionality, right? So what you can use is import. Okay, keyword in Python. So that now file to whatever functionalities or whatever code you have used, right? So that will be you can use here. Okay, in file1. Fine.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Now here you have seen, right? I mean, the code is there is nothing much complicated in this code. Okay, so the simple code is there. So this is nothing but a string, right, in Python. So this is nothing but the string I have written. So I have, and then what it will do now, it will automatically take this name, okay, as a string. Okay, right, a string in Python.
For formatting the string, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Exactly. So this is now file 2. Okay, so nothing is complicated in this code. Okay,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. Okay, one more thing I'll do. I'll print one more thing. So what I have done here is I'm checking, okay, whether this code has been called from main module, and then if it is in main module, then this will run. Otherwise this function what, okay, whatever I declared here, so that will run. Okay,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
so,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
And here also I have done same thing. Okay, I have created one function fun2. Okay, here I have just added one print statement which is not in the function, outside the function. Same thing I'm just checking. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to unprompt, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to run this.
It's on desktop. It's on desktop.
Huh?
File is on desktop.
Sorry, what I'll do? There is one. is not co- So what first statement you can see here is the entry point is file one. Okay.
Hmm.
Then function of file one. Okay. Then file two. Okay. So how exactly this is printing? Can you just tell me? So what is happening is first, okay, I think this is, I think first time I'm executing, right? So just let me comment this part, right? So it will be complicated for you. Okay, fine. So now first what it is printing the file in the entry point is file two, okay? Then not in main, then the entry point is main, okay? Inside main, file two, okay? This first statement is the entry point is file two, okay?
Hmm.
So where exactly this line is coming from is from this file, okay?
8 number. Yeah.
Okay, so line number 8, correct?
Yeah. Hmm.
What I'm executing file 1, okay? So here the first statement is import file 2, okay? So first it will import, okay? Whenever it will import, so whatever, line of code is there, right? So it will execute, right? So that's why first
Okay.
line this will execute, right? So here
Okay.
now you can see for file 2, right? The name is what file 2 itself, okay? Fine.
Hmm.
So the module name for file 2 is file 2 only because I'm not
Yeah.
executing directly this file, okay? Now what it will do, now it will come here, and since this is not, the name for this module is not main, so it will print not in main, right?
Okay.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Because it's file two.
Yeah,
Name is file two. That's why. Hmm.
yeah. Now after that, now this import is done. Now what it will do, it will come to this main, right?
Then it will print this.
So now the entry point here you can see it is main, right?
So whenever we call a file, it will directly print,
Yeah,
or it will directly do all the commands which are on the same line. Like
uh,
this print statement, it is not defined in function or anything, but
yeah,
still
correct.
it is printing, right? Hmm.
Yeah. So see, it is not the case in this, right? So for example, functions or anything, right? Those you are declaring, so that you have to explicitly call, right? Then only that function will be called, right? But this is not part of any function, right? So by default this will be called, right? Whenever you are
Yeah.
initializing, or this is kind of the init method, right, in class. So whenever you are creating objects, so that will by default will be called, okay?
Mhm.
Kind of things, okay? So this is, you can even know, like I can't say like should be same only, but kind of things, okay? So whenever you are defining anything inside init method, right, in the class, so that will by
Mhm.
default it will be called, okay? It is kind of constructor, right? So whenever you are creating object, what it will do, the first method will be called is init, right, in Python.
Init. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same thing. So here only, here it is, see, this is kind of not part of any method, right? So by default this will
Mhm.
be called, okay? So this
Okay.
will execute it anytime whenever you are importing, okay?
Mhm.
But this func2, right? So this is part of, okay, this is a method, okay? So this won't be called. So you have to explicitly call, then only this will be
Yeah.
executed, okay? So this one is, now this is, this up to this is clear, right? The entry
Yes.
point is
Yes.
name. So what I'm trying to tell you now is that, so whatever file or script, okay, module, you are by default explicitly you are calling, okay? So that will be assigned as your main module, okay? So here file one will be your main module, okay?
Okay.
And the other modules, the
Ha.
name will be assigned as the file name itself. So here file name is
Ha.
file.
File.
So that's why
Yeah.
here the name, the assignment is file, okay?
Yeah.
Now after that it will come here, right, inside main. So it is coming inside main. Fine.
Yeah.
Now here what I'm running help file to fun2. Okay. So which is the function of this, right? I'm just checking the help of this. Okay, fun2. Okay, on this. So what it actually it is printing the function of file2, right? Here you
Function
can
of
see, right?
what? Yeah.
Correct. Now here
Yes.
in here when I was trying to print, right, help on this function, right? So what here it
Yeah.
was print module of main, right?
Main. Ha.
Because this is main module for this compiler, right? Because this file I'm directly calling, okay. But here you can see I'm calling the function of other module, okay. So that's why here the function which
Of
is
file.
the name is replaced with that particular module, that is file2.
Yeah.
You're getting right.
Yes. But I didn't understood this part where it said that the entry point is main. Like why the entry point is main? Because file name is file two.
This one you didn't understand.
Ha. This line. Ha.
This one is coming from file1, right? So file1 also there is one print statement, right? So this will
Entry
execute,
point.
right?
Ha. 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 This will execute.
So
N-
that is what here it is
In
printing.
when it says
Inside main.
inside main. Sorry.
Then after that,
After that line.
so this is see for this now it is main, right? For this file1, the name is module name is main, right? So this will execute, right? This won't execute, right? So if name equals to main, right?
But name is file one, right? The name
No,
of the file is file one.
right now for this, right, this when I'm executing the name for this one is main, okay, it is not file1. That's what I'm trying to explain is, for example, I'm calling file1, okay, so for file1 now the module is not file1, okay, it becomes main.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever files, for example, now I'll show you file2, okay, fine.
Mm, correct.
Okay, now if you'll go to file2,
Hmm.
there are only two things, right? I'm not doing anything complicating,
Yeah.
only two.
Hmm.
Print statement is
Entry
there,
point. Hmm.
and the entry point is here it is print.
Inside. Hmm.
Okay, so it is printing only two things, right? So here now you
Ah.
can see the file2 module name is replaced with main, right?
Name main.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
other
Understood.
files, see, it is like same only. In Java also there will be only single class, okay, that will be you will be calling, okay, from
Hmm.
your Java, okay. Java C
Yeah.
you will be doing something, right? Okay, I know exactly, but that's what you know how we'll do, right? In Java also there will be only one entry point, okay, main.
Yeah. Public static void main. Yeah.
The thing is that you know why in Python this is something like this and in Java that is like something different, okay, I'll tell you now.
Hmm.
So Java is statically type and this is dynamically typed, right, the language, okay,
Yeah.
Python, that is the difference,
Hmm.
right? So everything in Python, okay, so with this you are executing, so that will be decided while at the runtime, okay. But in
Yes.
Java everything will be like decides Java at the time of
Compile time.
compilation. So yeah, during compilation, okay. So what happens in Java, okay, first you will create .java file, okay. So what happens, that Java code, Java will through compiler what it will do, it will convert your code into machine code, okay, byte code, which, so from .java it will create .class file, right?
Hmm.
So that's how it is, right, in Java. So at the time of
Yes.
compilation it will decide, okay, now this is going to be my main entry point, okay. But in Python
Yeah.
you are doing everything during like runtime, right?
And
So
then
yeah, so I mean Python let user, right, who is running the code decides, okay, which module is going to be your main module and which is going to be your dependency module, okay.
yeah.
So you're getting right
Okay.
what I'm
Haha. I understood. Yes. Yes. Yes.
okay. So that's how uh, it like Python is differ from other languages. Others mostly other languages are statically type, okay. So at the time
Hmm.
of compilation everything will be decided, okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
do you know why Java still people like prefers okay compared to C, C++?
Because of processing is very fast in Java compared to Python,
No, I'm
and
saying
multi-threading.
no, I'm saying Java. People use right compared to C, C++, right?
Yes, people use Java compared to C, C++. Yes, because of JVM.
Because you have worked on Java, so that's why I'm asking. I haven't asked no Mansi because she hasn't worked on Java, so
Because of JVM, people prefer Java.
no JVM. What do you mean by JVM?
Like it's how to say, like we just need to convert the code into dot class, and then JVM converts it to machine language in Java. That's why.
So even I think
Platform
in
independence, right?
Platform independent.
yeah,
Correct.
no, that is the exact word, and that's what
Exact word. Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
So Java is platform independent. Okay,
Platform independent. Yes.
so it's unlike C and C++. Okay, it is not like that. Even C, you
Hmm.
are doing compilation in C and C++, but what happens in C, C++, right? When you'll compile code, for example, in Windows, right? Then the same code, if
Hmm.
you'll try to run in, like MacBook or Linux, okay? I mean, oh,
Hmm.
okay. So what it will do, it will throw an error. It won't run. So you have to compile again.
Yeah.
But
But
in Java,
hmm.
Java it is not like that. Okay. So Java, see, it is having JRE, JVM, all this, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. So see, Java JRE, okay, so Java runtime environment, okay. So what it
Yeah.
will do, it will provide Java, okay. So it is kind of all these things in like what I would say, I forget one word. JVM is something. Yeah, so see here JVM, right? So which is virtual machine that enables a computer to run Java programs as well as
Program as well.
other
Hmm.
languages are compiled, okay, to Java bytecode.
Java byte. Yeah.
So using this JVM, right? So JVM allows a compile code, right? To I mean from like whatever machines, right? So it will allow all the codes, right, to run. It's not like if it has been compiled in some like Linux or any other language, right? Mac OS or
Yeah.
it will allow in Windows also. Okay, so now I think this one is clear, right? I mean how
Yes. Yes.
the code is executed in Python.
Yeah.
That is fine now. Data types, I think right? I mean, what are the data types? Okay, one
Yeah.
thing will just tell you. Hmm, forget one more specialty. Can you just tell me what it will print?
Will
Maybe fine. Whether it will, I mean, execute or not.
it, it will execute, but it will execute that. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it will execute.
What it will print?
I think it will add all the numbers.
Can you just tell me like what will be exact output?
Hmm.
It will print 9.0. I was speaking on mute.
Okay, fine. Uh, what about you, Pratiksha?
Yeah, it will print 9.0.
Okay, fine. It is working. Okay. Can you tell me what it will print now?
underscore.
Whether I mean this statement will execute or
Oh,
it will throw
underscore
an error,
statement. It will what?
or it will throw an error.
It will throw an error.
Okay. What about you, Pratiksha?
Uh, it should throw error because underscore, like we have not put in string format, so it should throw error. What?
Okay. It is not throwing error, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Python,
9.0.
yeah, so there is one, special thing in Python, okay, which is called throwaway variable, okay.
Hmm.
Sorry, can you repeat what you said?
Throwaway variable, okay. I am just
Throw
writing.
away very.
Throw a variable. Okay.
So what it holds is it holds, the output of the last execution, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here what thing we have, lastly executed, this one, right?
Hmm.
So it is printing 9, okay. So now, for example, if I'll print something 4 plus 6, right? This 10, I mean, I'm executing this one, okay. So now you can see, right? It is now holding 10,
10. Yeah.
correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So let me do one more thing. Can you tell me now what it will print?
Now to it should print error because we have not. Uh,
Okay. What about you, Mamsi? What it will print?
I'm not sure. It should print the last output maybe. Like here it is 10. So, but you came out right? Okay, exit. So I'm not
hmm.
sure about that.
Yeah, it should throw an error, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Name error. Name is not defined.
Now what it will print?
Uh,
Error.
error.
I think now you are intentionally getting right. Okay, fine. So what
Because we have stored that in a
yeah,
variable.
yeah,
That's why.
correct, correct. So what happened previously is you haven't assigned, okay, this results to any variable, right? So that's why by
Hmm.
default this results will be holding this throwaway variable. Okay.
Underscore. Acha,
Yeah.
throwaway variable.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this underscore is a throwaway variable.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not like that. Okay. For example, now 4 plus 5, right? I mean 5 plus 5, it is 10. Okay. Now if I'll print something, it is 10. Okay. But it will define with 11. Okay. Now it is 10, right? So this is kind of, the variable value will be changed. Okay. Even if you'll, explicitly defined. Okay. So that variable now will be 11. Okay.
Hmm.
Even your
Okay.
last execution was 10, right? But this value has been overridden, right? By user.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is something.
What is the use of throwaway variables?
There is no use, but Python uses, okay, by default. It
Okay.
is kind of, in calculator, right? What it will you will do, right? In calculator also, you will be, storing something, right? For example, if you'll do some calculation, right? Then if you'll just, type plus, okay. So what it will do, it will append directly that value in like the answer, right? Plus that value. So what
It's kind of
here
undo thing.
yeah, here also you can use same thing, right? I mean, you'll use the results, okay, with the
Hmm.
previous one,
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
underscore answer, okay, and you'll directly you can use, plus or something, right?
Correct.
So I think this is clear. Data types, I think you must be aware, right? I mean, what are the data types are there in Python? Okay,
Hmm.
okay. I think you are aware. Then let me do one more demo. Can you tell me whether this statement will execute or not?
Uh, it depends on the integer range, right?
Yeah.
I think it will not.
Okay. Mhm.
It did. Okay. Why?
Mansi, can you explain why this statement is, executed?
Yes, yes. In Python, there is no data type ranges, right? So it is
Mm,
as
in
because
Java,
it
it
is
is there.
dynamically
Yeah.
typed, and it no ranges is specified for any kind of data type. So you can store as much long value as you want in any variable. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's why. Am I right? Yalbhai?
Yeah. So exactly what happens in Python is any data types, right? So there is no upper limit. Okay. So what happens is in Python, right? The upper limit for any data type is the RAM size. Okay, up to your RAM, right? What your RAM can hold the larger value. Okay, so that is the limit in Python.
Yeah.
So there is no upper and lower limit. But still, I think what you can do, right? For example, you want to define, right? For example, in Java, okay, integer max. Okay, so that is the kind of things that is the upper limit for integer. For long
Yes.
long dot max
Long
value,
end. Hmm.
that is like for long. Okay, so kind of things there, right? But here, then for example, if you want to compare the results, right, then what upper value you can choose, right, to I mean for a particular data type, right? So in that case you can use
Yeah.
something like infinity. Okay.
Okay.
Right, infinity something is there. Yeah, CINF. Okay, so it will define with INF, so that is the upper limit. It will by default will take the upper limit. Okay, so you can compare the results, right, when if you want to compare the the larger value or smaller value, right? So minus n will define the lower limit, and
Float. Okay.
the upper limit will be INF. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
So and here the thing is that this is dynamically typed, right? So at the time of your code, right, whenever you are writing, so the data types or anything, right, so that won't be assigned to particular variable, right? So at the time of runtime, right, during that only, so that will Java will decide, okay, so the type will be for a will be integer. Okay.
Hmm.
And everything in Java, right, I mean all the data types, okay, are immutable in nature. Okay. So
All
what
the, all the, what did
all
you
the
say?
data, all the data types, right? Data types I
All
mean
the
by
data.
the, I will tell you the all data types I mean is integer, boolean, okay, then float, okay,
Hmm.
whatever complex, all these are by default is immutable in nature. I'm not talking about the data structures. Okay, I'm just talking
Hmm.
about data type.
Data type. Okay.
Okay, string.
Immutable as in at the same address, we can't again reassign the, like, change the variable, right? Memory
Correct,
address.
correct.
हाँ, ये मानसी बहन ने बताया. Okay.
So that is what. Okay. So I think right? Then let me just do one small test, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it will print and when I'll execute line number 12?
What is ID?
Oh yeah, sorry.
ID
Yes,
prints.
sorry.
ID prints the address of the
Correct.
variable.
Correct.
Memory. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, okay. A is 10, B is 11. It will be different values it will be there.
Okay. So according to you, for all A, B, C, D, it will be different, right?
Yeah,
Right. What about you, Mansi?
It will print different addresses.
Okay. Can you see the last two?
last two are
Same.
same.
Yeah.
C and okay.
Because the value is same, right?
Yeah. So what happens is whenever, for example, here also if I'll define something, okay,
Hmm.
E equal to C plus I, right?
Again, will it be same? Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm. So it
because
points to the same value.
yeah, exactly. So all these values, right? You know, right? What is take and heap, right?
Huh.
Since yeah, so these values, I mean, will be stored in heap, right? And the address will be stored in stack, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So see the results of all this, right? Three, okay. So are same. So what happens? Java, what it will do? It will point to the same, right? I mean, it will create only a single copy in the heap, okay, and it will assign whatever variables are there to that reference, okay,
Yeah. Correct.
in Python, right? So
So
that's how we
Python
do
also does the
it.
same thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No,
Okay.
I mean in Java, okay. Let me show you demo in
Huh.
Java. Let me copy this and thing, right? Whatever it is here. So do you know how in Java we can check whether these variables are assigned in in the same memory or maybe it is pointing to different memory location?
Ampersand we put, right?
Is it? I think that is
Ampersand A.
ampersand and that works in C. I mean C plus plus. Okay, let's try. I'm not sure. I haven't used, so I'm not sure, but I know other thing. Okay, let me check. It's not working, right?
Hmm. I think it will be different something.
So here it is something like double equals, right?
Identity. Okay. Haha.
We need to check the last three, right? Okay, let's check one by one. See,
Hmm.
Okay. Can you tell me what it will print?
Equals to B will be false. C will be false. D equals to C. I think false, false, true, true.
What about you, Mansi?
Sorry, I was at somewhere else.
Okay. Fine, fine. Yeah. So do you know like Java, right? Or you don't know?
Hmm?
You know Java or not?
I know Java. I know
Uh,
basic Java.
Yes, then you
Very
must be
basic.
aware.
Sorry.
You must be. I mean, okay, fine then. Let me exit.
Hmm.
Yeah, you said it is printing same. Okay, fine. Can you tell me now?
Data campus I think it should be same, but
Are you sure?
data type is different. That's what I'm thinking. The
I think
value will be,
D is the object.
huh?
आवाज नहीं आ रही. D is the object and C is the variable. So it will throw an error, don't you think?
Can you tell me? See, what is the difference between this and this one, or any other? I mean, this one.
Integer is a class. So D is an object and int C is a variable. That is the difference between D and C. And on line number 20, you are comparing a variable with an object.
Object.
So
Hmm.
that will throw an error, I think. That's what I understood.
Okay, let's see.
Should throw error.
नहीं थ्रो किया उसने
Wonderful.
पर वो वैल्यू तो सेम है ना मतलब मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था कि वैल्यू इज सेम सो इट विल पॉइंट टू द वैल्यू
So,
Okay.
then do you know what is the dip? See, you were saying right. This C is variable, D is object. Okay. See, all are variables only. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing is that see, this is no. I mean, how do you say this is the variable and this is not variable? So you know what is literal, right? Literal is nothing but the kind of variable. Okay. So here C is holding this value. Okay. Here D is holding this value. So this is also variable which is holding this value. Okay. And the type of this variable is integer. Okay. So what I'm saying is this is the object, and this is a primitive, and this is non-primitive, right? This is a
hmm
wrapper class, right? If
wrapper
you,
class
yeah. So the wrapper class of int is integer. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So this value will be stored in stack. This value will be stored in heap.
heap hmm.
Okay.
Objects are stored in uh,
Object, no, objects are, see, the, I mean, what I would say, the value, right? Whatever values you are storing, right? So those values will be stored in the heap. Okay. The reference will be
mhm.
stored in stack only.
Stack
Okay.
हाँ correct hmm
That's how. Okay. But for primitive, the values will be stored directly in stack.
okay so the perimeter okay
Okay. Now you understood, right? What?
yes
Okay. Fine. Mm, now this is clear, right? This why it is printing like this. Okay.
hmm
Now let's come to this one. Tell me what it will print now. I think your spelling is correct only, right? Pratiksha.
Yes, yes, right. Uh, it's ST. I think first two will be same and second two will be same.
What about you, Mansi?
Uh, Wait, I was noting down the things. Um,
I think your recording session, right?
but recording session, it's just for recording. I don't think I'm going to watch it again. Such a long session.
Then what is the purpose of story? I mean recording, right? It will just
If
consume
no,
time.
no, it might help others also.
Okay.
ID of ST. Noting down is important, I think, because
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure.
it helps you for reminding the things quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
So ST, ID of ST. Okay, it's going to be unit. Then ID of ST1. What was the question? Sorry, the print value, right?
Yeah.
Of this.
What it will print, I mean, see, if I'll execute this script, right, what it will print.
So ST2 and ST3 will be having the same address, and ST and ST1 will be having different addresses.
Okay. So according to you, I mean, both of you, right, this will
Oh,
print same and this will print same, right? Correct?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
ST1 and ST will be different.
Which one?
ST1 first
Uh,
two will be different.
okay. First two will be different, okay, and
Two
this two
three
will
will
be
be same. Two three will
okay.
be same. Oh.
Okay. And Pratiksa is telling, okay, this one will be same and this two will be same. Okay, let's see who wins.
Oh, it's
Nobody,
totally
no, no,
opposite.
yeah, nobody won.
Hmm.
Why?
First two are same and second two are not same. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you are partially correct, Pratiksa.
But the second, but again in the second one we are pointing to same string, right? The for ST1 is also pointing to end, and ST is also pointing. So why it is different?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Please solve the
So
puzzle soon.
what?
Solve the puzzle soon.
Hmm. Yeah, so you got it right. Why it is printing this two same?
No.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me like what will be stored is this will be stored as I know Pratiksha, right? For this what it will store for ST1?
Pratiksha only.
Okay. For ST2 and ST3?
For 0 1 0 1 2. Tiksha only. PRA will not be printed. Right? Two till end.
Yeah. So it will start from here. Okay, it will
Sorry,
print.
PR will not be printed. AT Tiksha, right?
Yeah. Okay, fine. So Pratiksha, right? What is slicing, right? String
Yeah.
slicing.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
it will do. Okay, so it will take from here and everything will be
Huh.
assigned this way.
Hmm. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what happens here in Python? Okay, so this is nothing but kind of same thing. Okay, so this is if you are like passing colon. Okay, so that is nothing but you are assigning the same
Taking
string.
entire string. Hmm.
Okay, that's why this will hold the same address. Okay, you are not doing anything. But here
Yeah.
what you are doing? Here you are taking this one. Okay, and performing slice operation on this. Okay, st which is this one, right? st1. Okay, and here again you are performing slice operation on this one, right? So now it will again do slicing. So whenever you are doing, see the actual slicing, okay, you are modifying string, so it will create a new object. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. You think you are still getting confused? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Lost. Oh, yeah.
So here now again you can see this will also hold same value, okay, with what this one is holding, right?
Okay,
Correct?
but why S2 and ST3 are not holding the same value?
No, both are holding same value, right? I'm not saying when I did say that this both are not holding same value, right? Both are
It
holding same value, but it is not
was,
pointing to same location. That I'm saying.
huh,
Both are hold,
why, correct.
yeah. Okay. So
Value.
okay. Now what I'm trying
Now
to
3 is different.
so what I'm trying to tell you is that whenever you are performing any operations on string, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it will do, it will create a new string. Okay. So here also see, even this is also holding the same value, right? I'm
Yeah.
concatenating two strings. Okay. So whenever you are modifying any string, so it will create a new string. It won't, like hold to the same location. Here I'm not modifying anything. Okay. It is the same. I'm not doing anything. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Here I'm modifying. I'm doing
Acha.
slicing operation. Okay. Here also I'm doing. Okay.
But
Okay. One
okay.
more thing. Okay. If I'll do like this, right? What it will print now?
Wow, so it should print same.
Okay.
S2
Let's
and
see.
S3.
Both are different, right? As I mentioned earlier, whenever you are performing any operations, right, whether it will be
Mm-hmm.
the outcome will be same, okay, whether you are using same string, but it will create a new object, okay.
Okay.
And in first two, in line number 7 and 8, you are just assigning the string, right? In
Yeah,
ST1, and that's why
this
it is the same
yeah,
address.
yeah, this is nothing but this equals to
Assignment.
st only, okay. So it is just
Huh.
I'm just referencing st1 as st, okay, not
Correct.
doing anything.
Correct.
Okay. So that's why it is not doing. Okay, but here
Huh.
I'm performing some slicing operation. Okay. So that's
Huh.
why even though the outcomes of both or all the threes are same, right?
Correct.
ST2, 3 and 4, right? But it will create a new object.
Okay.
Now again, I think I don't know why you didn't have that question. I think I should have. I mean, you should have, right? Here also, see, you are getting the same results, right? 21, 21, but still it was holding same results, right? I mean, in the same ID. Then why here it is not?
Actually, logically, if we see there, it was pointing to same number.
Yeah. So I'll tell you again, the explanation of this. So something like, the string, pool will be there. Okay. Intent pool will be there. Okay. So what it does, I mean, in the starting, okay, whenever you are creating anything, okay, so by default, okay, for integers and all this, right, what it happens here, see, even though it will check in the heap, okay, whether this variable, right, 21 has been already assigned or not. Okay. I mean, it is there in the heap. Okay. If
Mm-hmm.
it is there, then what it will do, it will directly points that. Okay. But what
Yeah.
happens in the string, right? String is very complex thing, right? As you know, it is not as simple as integer. So even though if you'll like change a single character, or I think you might aware about, right, Python is case sensitive, right? So this
Yes.
pratxa and this pratiksha, okay, both are different. Okay.
Then it will be
So
different.
now the thing is that what happens here in Python, okay, as I told, right? So in the starting, okay, everything will be assigned in in the same location. But what happens? the since the string is very complex thing, okay. So even though if you are it will check, okay, for example here st is there, right?
Hmm.
Okay, fine. Now what it will do, now you are here, you are assigning, okay, so it will check, okay, in heap it is there already. I mean, you are just what you are doing, you are just referencing st1 to st, okay. So it will check, okay, no worries, nothing, everything is same, okay. So it will just directly assign the same memory location. Now here in the line number 9, okay, when it comes, now it is checking, okay, now you are performing slice operation on st1. So it will like biologically you should also tell, right, since you are doing slicing operations, so is it good to hold this, okay, this I mean answer in the
Hmm.
same location or in different, right? So this is actually the difference thing, right? So it will create a new object, right, for this one is clear,
Huh.
right? Now again
Yes,
you are,
yes.
now you might be having question, right? Here also it is now creating the same object, right?
Same. Hmm.
But the thing is that now here what python decides is that, okay, in future what might happen this, okay, when you are doing this operation, right, for st3 you are doing slice operation st3, but in future there can be the case, okay, now again if I assign to the same memory location, right, now you are changing the value of st3, right? So what happens, this will reference to this one also, right? So if both are assigned in the same memory location, right, so for that also this value will be changed, right, the time, if
Huh.
I if I'm pointing to the same memory location, right? So if I'm changing the value of st3, right, if it is pointing to the same, right, memory location, for example here the result is stored in 1000, okay.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
for example, by default, logically, if it is stored in 1000, right? Now, in the next
Hmm.
operation, if I'm changing, SP3 to some, mm, HP and something, SP3. So what happens now, since both are, pointing to the same, right? So the value will be changed for both, right? And it should not be changed, right? So that is the problem, right? Here you are understanding, right? What I'm trying to say.
Yes. D plus ST3. So then here, acha, we are
So
reassigning that to, acha, we
thing
are
is,
adding.
yeah.
Uh,
So see,
but
if it is
that too we can do again in integer as well, right? In integer also we can do D equals to 20 plus A plus B again.
see, in string, I mean, see, integer is, it is not, see, very complex, okay. Here it is, see, either it will change, the full content or it is not. Here it is, see, it is like concatenation and everything, right? Here is, it is not, see, string supports a lot of things, okay. It is not like that. Here, if
Mm-hmm.
see, here, if I'll, do st5 equal to, I can use, st1 or I mean st2 plus st3, right? So I'm using,
Yeah.
both results, okay. Here, concatenation is allowed. Here it is not like, here the operator is overloaded with, either, so, like addition, subtraction or, like division, right? But here it is not the case, right? Here it is
Mm-hmm.
like, here it is like concatenating means you are using the same results, okay? So here what will happen, right? For example, in the line number 12, right? If it is pointing to the same, right? So what will happen? The string content, will change for both, okay? So now in the future, what will happen, both, okay, st2 and st3 might both will see the same results, okay, like I mean the
Yeah.
modified results, okay, if it is pointing to the same. So what will happen, by default the python will create a new object whenever you are doing any like
New
other,
operation.
yeah, new operations
Okay.
on this.
Okay.
But the same problem happens in the integer also, na? If c is equal to 21, e is also equals to 21. Okay. If I
Okay,
change the value of c, I
okay.
make it to 25. And I don't want to change the value of e. But if both are pointing to one location, then e will also become 25, isn't it?
See, the memory consumption here, see, here the memory consumption is less, okay. Here in integer, what happens if we'll create a new memory, right? So just tell me like the memory, like how much memory this C will, like consume, okay, if you are, like assigning any value, right? For example, in Java, right, the
Suppose it's
integer
3.
is like 4 byte, right?
Uh, 4 by.
But can you tell me like what is the, can you explain like how much memory will this strong will hold? You don't know, right? The thing is
Hmm.
that, say, this is, the string is kind of, dynamic thing, right?
Uh,
Okay, so what happens is, this. memory allocation will depends on the length of the string, right? But here in Java, see, it is like predefined, okay? It is like 4 byte, you can't store more than 4 byte, right? But string it is not like that, okay?
Oh,
String you can like hold anything, right? I mean, even though 10, 20 length, okay? So in particular one character can, it is like the length, or maybe the memory, I think the character size is 2 byte, if I'm not wrong, in Java, okay? So each character is 2 byte, then just assume, okay, if this is 10, right? The length is 10, then what will happen? It will, consume 20 byte. Now again, if we'll change, right, the to 1, if will append one character, right, then it will consume 20 byte. So that's how happen. But here, see, even though if we'll change the content, right, it won't change, right? It will remain same, right? I mean, the memory allocation is not very much dynamic, right? But here it is like very much dynamic, okay?
okay, got it.
I think this is something high level thing. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. I think this is very much.
maybe even I think whether I'm trying to explain but not able to explain, something is happening, or
No, no, we are getting it. What you
हाँ
are
थोड़ा
trying to
बहुत समझ
say.
में आ रहा है हाँ हाँ
हाँ,
हाँ
इतना भी
राइट
ऊपर से नहीं जा रहा ऐसा मत सोचो,
वही
समझ में तो आ रहा है क्योंकि ये
but
पढ़ा
yeah,
हुआ भी है
just मतलब इतना
इंजीनियरिंग
see,
में।
yeah, just keep in mind, okay, only one thing, that whenever you are performing any operations on the string, okay, it will create always new memory location, okay, but not in the case of integer or any other, right?
ओके दैट इज परफेक्ट।
Mm. Why, that is a different thing, okay, that maybe I'll
नहीं
try to.
नहीं आई गॉट इट ओवरव्यू ऑफ
हम्म
व्हाई इट इज डिफरेंट।
यस
या
Okay, so this is okay. Apart from that, yeah, everything is, I think then you must be aware about the list, tuple, then set, and dictionary, right? All this.
यस
Okay, fine.
आई थिंक टुडे वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू कवर दैट,
Huh?
they are not going to cover that concept, right?
Mm, yeah, if you want, I can again explain this, or maybe I can skip.
नहीं नहीं you explain, it will
Okay,
be good for better.
okay, fine. Can you just explain what is list, what is tuple, what is set, and what is dictionary,
set
right?
is तो unique values in set unique values will be there dictionary is key value pair key value in key value pair we store the data list list is storing same type of data type will be same
Okay,
and tuple and list I'm usually confused little bit
okay, fine. Mansi, can you explain what is list?
uh, List is like concept of array, and
hmm
in list we can store both the types, like sorry, both kind of data with the data having same type and also different types, many types of data we can store inside the list. And lists are mutable data type or mutable data structure, you can say. Anything else? List store the data in an ordered way, index with the help of index values, so you can access the any value using the index of that value. Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah, fine. So list,
list we can store different type of data
yeah, why not?
okay okay no ठीक है
This will see,
Hmm.
it will execute, okay. See, it is
हम्म
executing, right? It is not throwing error.
हाँ हाँ
Okay.
हाँ okay
So this is the symbol of list, right? And the open square bracket. Okay.
हाँ yeah
So this is how we can even, and this is also we can define right? This is how. Okay, that is also fine. Okay. Now list is the drawable array. Okay, so which is like dynamically you can assign values, and you can append the values to the existing content, right? Okay, so that means
Hmm.
that this is a mutable data structure. Okay, so you can change the content of the list whenever you want.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and as Mansi told, right, so this is a ordered data structure. Okay, so whatever the insertion order, right, in which you are inserting the elements or appending elements in the list, so the same order will be maintained throughout your execution of the program. Okay, so the order won't be altered, okay, at any time of program, so it will remain
Yeah.
same. So for example, if you are storing something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, so the same order it will be remaining. Okay, so if you want to access any elements, right, the for example at the index of 2, right, so this will always you will be getting the value 5. It won't be changing,
Hmm.
right? Okay, so this is how it will be in the list. And what I mean, you can store anything, okay, in the list. It is not like you can't store something. Okay, you can
Hmm.
store anything. Okay, can you tell me whether
Yeah.
this will execute or not?
Huh?
Whether
This, yeah,
what about Mansi? This will execute?
sure.
Uh, so like,
Mhm.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Like,
Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Wow.
So as I told, right? So it can store anything, right? So,
Anything. Hmm.
so this is what exactly this is storing.
Set. No,
No.
this is dictionary. Sorry, sir. Dictionary.
Okay. Then if you want to store, empty set, then how you can do?
Set is also in this only, right? Uh,
comma inside the
Dictionary.
bracket.
Huh?
Acha.
Comma inside the bracket.
Yeah. Right. If you do like this, okay, then it will, consider this as set. Okay.
Okay.
So this is one way you can do. Okay. The other way you can do is you can do something like this. That will also work.
Yeah.
Both the ways are fine. Okay. By symbolically, right? So this is how you can.
Yeah. And if there is no comma, then it is a dictionary, right?
Con- So here, let me just show you type of this. Okay. It is throwing error, right?
Also, invalid symbol. I think this is not the right way to define the set.
Okay. Let me comment this.
Let me Google it.
Then what is the right way?
Set and that, whatever it was.
You can't define empty set with symbol. Okay. Only the way
Okay.
only is you can define is this way. Okay.
Mhm.
So, for example, if you want to store a single value in the array, then by symbolically you can do like this. Okay, this will work. But empty set, there is only one way to declare. Okay, initialize is by set this one. Okay, let me show you.
Oh,
Okay, see now
Hmm.
taking this as string. Okay, I mean set. But here it will do like this. Then also it will work. Okay, fine. No issue.
okay.
So
The
there is
same
one.
way in which we did in tuple, right? Uh, similar way.
Okay, I think in tuple will come to later. Okay, but just for list and set, I'm telling. tuple is, yeah, we can discuss that also. Okay, so in set, now this is how you can initialize. Okay, so here if you want to initialize set, right? So empty set, then there is only one way. This is how you can define. Okay, there is no other way.
Yeah.
Right? If you define something like this, okay, then it's working, right? Because this is allowed, okay, in the set.
Empty is not allowed. Okay.
Empty is allowed, but in that way it is not allowed. Okay, this
Ah,
is
yeah,
correct.
yeah. Hmm.
This way it is allowed. Okay, this way it is fine.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
Execute. So now the difference between, okay, list you understood, right? So what is the list and how it is? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Even let me just explain. Okay, the expression, right? How list comprehensions.
List comprehensions as in
Okay,
functions of list.
no, not exactly from a function of the list. For example, you want to do something. Okay, I have declared this list. Okay, and you want to check. Okay, how, I mean, you want to get the list of numbers. Okay, which are even in this list, right? So what you'll do,
Hmm.
how you'll I mean check this list.
Like number are even or not in list.
Yeah, so what exactly you'll do?
Uh, length I will check of the list.
No, no, I'm
You're
saying,
saying inside the list the numbers are even or not. So
yeah,
okay. Uh, we can apply for loop and check one by one.
okay. So we'll basically you'll write for loop, right, for that.
Mm-hmm.
For I in L, if I percent to equal to 0,
List
or 0
comprehensions.
will print something I. Okay,
Yeah.
something like we'll do. It will print 2 and so on,
So,
correct?
mm-hmm.
But there is another way, right, which is called list comprehension. Okay, so what I'll do, I in L is I to equal to this. Okay, just throwing. Okay,
For I in L. Na?
oh, sorry. Yeah, I forget for itself. Now it should work. Yeah,
Mm.
let me print
This is comprehend.
list comprehensions. Okay, so this is the easiest way, right? So now
Ah.
here it's getting directly out. So you don't need
Hmm.
to write something like the for loop. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the
So
easiest
we
way.
are I for I in L. Acha, we are selecting I if I. Okay. Just try to making it right in one line.
Yeah, so this is the, yeah, in the single line it will do.
Hmm. Okay.
So this is, even I mean a lot of complex things even you can perform. Okay, if you
Ah.
have
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
in the single line, even you can run two for loops. Okay, in a single line. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there won't be any
How
issue.
can we run two for loops?
If you are having I mean say multiple values, right, then you can run, right.
In the same way, how we do normal for loop, right? Okay, for I in and again then next for the
L, N, G, E. Now we'll be accessing G, right? Let me access for I in L. Let me just, I'm not sure whether this will work, but let me try. I think it will throw an error.
I think G is
Okay,
two
okay.
times.
No, no, here this B is fine only.
Yeah, I thought
Okay,
mm,
so you can see 2, 4, 4, 4, 6, right? So all the elements you are getting, right? You are getting, right?
yes, yes,
Yes,
actually
yes. Yeah.
So this is how you can even run 2, 4 loop, right? Inside this.
wonderful.
Okay.
And this is called comprehend, right?
Comprehend.
List comprehensions.
List comprehend. Okay.
So there is, another concepts, the generators, generators.
Generators. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
Can you just tell me what is generators?
No, I've heard of that, but I've never implemented that.
Okay, fine. I think before jumping to this, I think let's you know clear the how the functions executely. I mean it will execute. Okay, I think I'll come
Yes,
to this
yes.
data structure later. First
Mm-hmm.
let's understand how generators, okay, the functions exactly works. Okay, so I'll tell you
Yeah.
one more thing, before jumping to this. Right, this is very important. Functions. So do you know, like in Python, okay, the functions are called first class objects. Okay.
functions are called
Functions
first
are
class objects.
first class.
Yeah.
I
Why?
Yeah. What I mean by first class object, or do you know what is first class objects?
No.
think
First
could
class objects. Why?
Okay, so let me create one more notebook for this. This is very important.
आपने ये सब खुद से पढ़ा है? Because ऑफिस में तो ये सब नहीं होता है.
हाँ, ऑफिस में नहीं होता है भाई, ये तो है।
ये कॉलेज कॉलेज का हाई लेवल का प्रोग्रामिंग है.
Oh my God. सही है यार. हम तो सिर्फ प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करने के लिए करते थे.
कॉलेज
फंक्शन
में
सब
ऐसे पढ़ते थे. वो मुझे
कॉलेज में तो वही पढ़ते थे ना जो जीटीयू में आने वाला है। कौन सा है?
नहीं,
बट आपको देख के
अच्छे
लगता नहीं
अच्छे
है कि आप जीटीयू में सिर्फ आने वाला है वो पढ़ते थे. है ना मानसी बहन?
यस वही अच्छे अच्छे जो हाई लेवल प्रोग्रामर्स थे, however they are not
हम्म.
scorers in the class, they used to
या.
study in this way. जो बहुत अच्छे
हाँ.
कोडिंग को प्रोफेशन बना के कर रहे हैं,
यस यस.
वो लोग पढ़ते हैं ऐसे.
मैं तो बहुत सारी चीजें आज पहली बार सुन रही हूँ, इवन दो आई एम प्रोग्रामिंग लिटिल बिट
मैंने
इन
आपको
पाइथन
बोला था ना,
स्टिल.
इसीलिए मैंने आपको बोला कि आप ज्वाइन कर लो.
वही. यस.
Okay,
फर्स्ट
so
क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट.
yeah, before moving to that, right? I think I mean the scope of variable, right? That is important because then I will come to functions. Otherwise, even though if I'll define something in function, right, you won't understand. Let me explain before that. Scope of variables. Before that, also let me explain the variable or literals. Okay, right? Literals. What I mean by literals is nothing but the object or maybe the any value, right? For example, a equal to 2. Okay, so a is here called literals. Okay, so the variable, okay, kind of things, that is nothing but called literals. Okay, so for example here if you are defining anything, so that is the constant which is holding some value, right? So which is called literals. Okay, so how you can, I mean, what are the the
So
what
there
I
is no difference between literal and variable.
Yeah, there is no different. There is no difference. Okay, so there are some rules, right? In any languages, right? What should be, the limit for defining the literals, right? So in same way, Python is also having some limits. Okay, so the literals, or the literals will be starting with either alphabet or underscore. Okay, there should not be any other way to define a literal in Python. Okay, so for example, if I'll define has and or maybe and 23, right? 45 equal to 45, right? So this will not execute, right? It will throw an error.
Yeah.
Invalid syntax. Okay, but if I'll define something like this, then whether it will execute, yeah, it will execute because it is starting with underscore, right? Or maybe it is starting with alphabet, that is also working. Okay, so there won't be any issue. So literal should be starting with either,
Alphabets or underscore.
yeah, start with underscore or alphabet. Okay, fine. Then after this, okay, you can, I mean, it can have alphabet underscore or numeric. Okay, numeric. So after that, once you'll start with any, the first character should be either underscore or alphabet. Okay, after that you can use anything underscore, alphabet, or numeric. Okay, anything is fine. But in special character only underscore is allowed. Okay, not any other. Okay.
Okay.
And for example, even if I'll define like this, right? So it will throw an error. Okay, fine. Even if I define something like star, it will throw an error, right? So only one special character is allowed. It is underscore, right?
Yeah.
Fine.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Correct.
And even though if you'll start with numeric, okay, that is also going to be not working, right? We mentioned earlier, right? So the starting letter should be only underscore or
Uh,
alpha.
Alphabet.
Okay, this is clear. Now let's come to the other. Okay, define function. Okay, now I'm doing something. Okay, this, okay. So you define function and then just calling this function out. Fine. So it is working. So this is a simple function. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
so the function after that, if I'll start now, the define an inner function also. Yeah, define variable name. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So now what I have done. So this is kind of the complex function. Okay. So complex means, I mean, so there is outer function and inner function. Okay. So nested
Hmm.
function you can say. Okay. So the
Yeah.
outer function. So outer function calling inner function. Okay. I mean inner function here. Okay. So that's how when I'm calling outer function. Okay. So by default, inner function will be called. Okay. And whatever variables, right, I'm defining in any function, right? So that
Hmm.
is known as local variable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then so here what I'm calling this local variable. Okay, so if I'm trying to access this variable right outside of this function, okay, so which won't be accessible, okay, it will throw an error, right? Name is not defined. Okay,
Yes.
so here you are getting this error. So the scope of this variable is limited to function. Okay, so outside this function the value won't be available for this function.
Yeah.
So the scope for this is nothing but this is limited to outer. Okay, fine. Up to outer you can like I mean access this. Okay, even if you are declaring any seed, I mean anything inside this outer, right? So you can access. Okay, the other is, can you tell me now whether this will execute or not?
This will execute now because we have defined.
Okay, so can you tell me whether what it will print here?
There it will print ABC,
Okay,
and below at line number 9 it will print EFG.
okay, fine. Yeah, absolutely correct. So what you are doing is, see here you have defined name. Okay, so which is kind of global. Okay, so which is accessible to everywhere. Okay, so it is not limited to this outer. But what happens now, here you are calling this name, right? So what happens, first it will check, okay, in local anywhere I have defined, like is there any variable, okay, with the same name, okay, it is there or not. So it is there. Okay, so first it will check here. Okay, then it will check, if it is not here then it will check global. Okay, so for example here, if this is the name one, okay, now what it will do, it will print the outside one. Okay, because first here it will check in local it is not there, then it will automatically check, okay, in global is there any variable with the same name, okay, it is there, so now it will print like this. Okay,
It will print global variable now.
yeah, because see it is trying to, okay, here you are accessing this name. Okay, can you tell me whether here in this out, I mean in this function way anywhere I have defined name? No, right?
No. Correct.
Then now here it will check, okay, name here it is there. Okay, I have defined in the global, here it is there. Okay, so now,
Acha, name and name one. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes. Now so it will do. Okay. Variable name is changed. Yeah.
yeah, okay, so this is clear. Okay, so now let me do one more thing. There are, okay, for example, now even though here it is name is defined, right? Here what I'm doing one more thing. I'm using one keyword is there. Okay, in Java, which I mean sorry, in Python, global. Okay,
Hmm.
now if I'll try to execute, right, so it is printing the global value,
Yeah,
right?
changed. Okay.
Why?
Hmm.
Because what I have done here, I am explicitly telling this inner function, okay, that name is you have to use the global one. Okay,
Global name. Hmm.
so what it will do now, it will use this global one. Okay,
Yeah.
so it will print the global one. Okay, now
Yeah.
there is another way. Okay, something is taking non-local was there. Okay,
Non-local.
Now let me do one more thing. Let me make it more complicated. Can you tell me now what it will print? Okay, let me add one more print statement here as well.
Hmm. And, X, Y, Z, ABC. It will print for inner sixth one, it will print XYZ,
Okay,
or like for the seventh inner calling.
yeah,
Then eighth, it will print ABC,
okay,
and then in 10, it will print EFG.
yeah, correct, fine.
Hmm.
Okay, that's how it is printed. Okay, can you tell me now what it will? I think, but you are not aware about what is non-local. Okay, but can you just
Hmm.
guess like what it will print?
Non-local.
Non-local means it won't take your value, okay, from this local. Yes,
Oh,
that's why it is.
so then it will print ABC, 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 EFG.
Okay,
No?
let's see. It's not printing.
So XYZ, XYZ. But you said non-local name, it won't take this variable.
Okay, just a second. Okay, wait. Global, right?
Hmm.
I already explained. Can you tell me now what it will print?
Hmm. It should print EFG, ABC. Oh, sorry. It should print global name now. EFG, ABC, EFG. We are overwriting that variable. Global we can overwrite. Hmm.
This one you should have asked earlier. Um,
Now it is coming, but okay. It's what you ran the program.
can you just guess?
Uh, okay. For guessing, it should be XYZ, ABC, EFG. I think it should overwrite. That's why.
Mansi, can you tell me what it will print? Okay, I think Mansi is not there. Okay, fine. Uh, Let me do just run this. Okay, so it is printing XYZ, ABC, XYZ.
Hmm.
You got why it is
Because
printing
it
like this?
overwrited now. Hmm.
You got right why this is printing like this, right?
Hmm.
Sorry,
Because
I
it
was on a
over.
call. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay, so this is fine, right? You got right why this
Hmm.
is printing. Okay. Anyway,
Because global variable we can override.
yeah. So by
But
this you understood that we can override global values. Okay, from inner scope also.
this
Okay.
should be ABC, ABC, and EFG. Okay. Why?
Now what, as I mentioned, right? So non-local means it won't take this local value. Okay, whatever I'm doing, so it will take not from this function, it will take from outside this function. Okay, so
Hmm.
now for this function, this is not local value, right? This name, okay, for this inner function. Okay,
But it is taking XYZ, right? Local variable only it is printing XYZ.
so see what it is doing now, it is modifying this value, right? This name, then first it will print, okay, the value, okay, first this value xyz will be assigned to this, Now it is printing this name when we are calling this. Now since I have changed this value to XYZ, so it is also here printing XYZ, okay. But I have changed, the global value, so this is why here it is printing EFG, right?
So what is non-local variables
Okay.
work
Uh,
then?
I think then you didn't get, the global one also. Okay. Let me just, do.
Global one is
So tell me why
global
here.
one. I understood that it is taking first EFG and then overwriting XYZ.
Okay, now can you just tell me why here it is printed, the XYZ here?
Huh, because it took global name as in it took EFG value and then it overwrited EFG to XYZ.
Okay, fine. Then why here it is printed, this ABC?
Because at the local level, we are not changing the name, right? That is not a global variable. Line number three is not a global variable. Na?
Okay, fine, correct. Now here also because the global value we are changing, I mean we are accessing global, okay. So here it is like accessing XYZ, okay. Fine,
Hmm.
you understood this, okay. Now here this non-local. Can you tell me what is local?
Huh. That's what I don't know. Non-local. I'm hearing for the
No,
first
I'm
time.
not
Non-local.
saying non-local, I'm saying local. What do you mean by local?
Local, as in the method, that
Yeah,
variable that is local
yeah, yeah, correct. So for example, now here for this def, right? So the local value is nothing but for this variable name is this one, right?
name.
Correct.
Hmm.
For same this one, okay, define, okay. Here I have defined. So for this, now this should be the local value, right?
Yeah.
But now what here I have done here I have marked this as non-local, okay. So whenever I'm marking this as non-local, so what it will do, it will check uh, outside the scope, okay. So for example
Hmm.
here outside of this scope, right, inner is outer, right, for this. So now it will check in the outer
ABC.
scope ABC, okay. So first it will override this value to XYZ, okay. So now it is printing XYZ. Now
Oh,
since
okay.
this value has been changed, okay, so here now
Hmm.
ABC only.
But that is for
No, no,
just
no,
that
no,
loop for
no,
in.
I haven't executed. Okay, now it is okay. So now here you can see XYZ is coming. Okay, for this also, and this one is coming EFG, right? You
Hmm.
are getting right or not?
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Yes.
Okay, you are already clear, right, Mansi, about this?
Yes, but
Okay,
today I got more clear.
okay, fine. So this is how it will work. Okay, for example, now let me make it. Can you tell me now what it will print?
Mm,
Okay, sorry. First,
okay. This is confusing.
I think XYZ um, and then ABC.
so there are, I think, three print statement will be there, right? So what it will print third time?
EF2.
EFG. Okay, so according to XYZ, then ABC, then XYZ, right?
No, XYZ, ABC, um, and
And
then
EFG.
EFG.
Okay. What about you, Pratisha?
XYZ, then ABC and ABC.
Okay, let's see.
Mhm. No binding for
Error.
non-local.
Are you getting
No
why it is
binding
showing
for
error?
non-local. No,
You're not getting
because
right.
but there is outer there is name, right? There is a variable name. Then why it is saying there is no binding for non-local?
For here you can see outer side there is no local any other variable for outside. Is there any other local variable? No, right? Then it will throw an error, right?
Name is
That is a
global
global, right?
variable.
It is not local,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
example, here
Mm-hmm.
if I have, there was one more function, okay, def, for example, outer 2, okay, and
If that is inside outer two,
yeah,
then it
yeah,
will have. Okay.
then it makes sense for
I
this.
thought when it goes out of outer, then global variables come
No,
like for it, it is a local
no,
variable. Okay.
local means local, so it is not related to global.
Okay.
So you are
Okay.
getting right why it is throwing error.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so non-local is used to tell the compiler that the variable, this variable is not local, right?
I mean, if
It should
is
not
there
be
any,
used locally, but it should be used throughout the function, or you can say program.
no, I here non-local is mean okay wherever you are defining non-local, so that means that it will not take whatever local value here it is there, right? From outside the scope, right? Whatever local value you have assigned, right? So it will take from that, not from this function scope. Okay, outside functions scope it will take. But for
Huh,
example, here there was no any
huh,
other outer function, right? So that's why here it throws an error. Okay.
huh, because that is the starting of the function. There you don't need
Yeah.
it. So it is needed when there is a nested loop or when there is a
Mm,
nested function inside the function. Only
mm,
then we need this non-local variable, right? Is it
mm,
so?
mm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
Yes. Yes. Very clear now.
Yes.
Okay, so now let comes to the why functions, right? Are called first class citizens. Okay.
Which functions?
Any functions,
Hmm.
not any particular function. Okay, let me just uncomment that, right? Let's
You
use
said na functions are called first class citizens. That's why I'm asking which functions are.
yeah. So functions are means like all the functions. Okay, it is not any functions. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, let me do.
Can we take the break?
Yeah, sure. Let's we can take break.
5 minute break.
How much like where you can tell me when we can connect or maybe we can wind up. Anything is fine.
You're not tired?
See, for me, this is
हाँ वही मैं पूछने वाली थी you're not tired.
Mm.
see if you're learning something new, then you'll be tiring, right? But I'm, this is usual,
Ah,
right, for me.
yes, that's
No, you
fine.
won't be getting.
Then we can continue today only so that we can cover. But can we take a 2-3 minute break only if you are
Okay,
fine?
maybe we can connect at any time. If we want more longer break, we can connect 5:30.
5:30.
हाँ ठीक है
Pratiksha, when you having
10
call at
minutes
5:30 or you are fine
नहीं
with that?
नहीं मेरी आज छुट्टी है
Yeah,
अच्छा,
then
okay, okay, yeah. अच्छा,
हाँ
I think
okay.
we are in Bangalore, right? Then it should be like all day for you.
For me,
Yeah.
no, for me there
हाँ
is no work now
Okay.
because my project is over and
Okay.
I'm waiting for the new project, so nothing
Okay.
is there for me.
Okay.
And no holiday also because my base location is Pune, so I don't get the Bangalore holidays.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
नहीं
so
पर
you can.
पुणे में भी तो वो है ना मुझे समझा नहीं आपको मिली पुणे में भी आज गुड़ी पाड़वा है ना बहुत बड़ा फेस्टिवल है
नहीं,
पुणे में
नहीं पर हमें
यस
हॉलीडे नहीं है। ओके, तो
Yeah.
फाइन।
Okay. So we'll connect at 5:30. Okay. Fine.
हाँ हाँ,
हाँ हाँ ओके ओके
Yeah.
or maybe 5:35, let's connect at 15 minute break, 5:35.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
ओके
Okay, we can stay on Zoom only, but yeah,
Yeah. I'm just going to mute up.
don't leave the meeting.
Yeah. I'm not leaving.
Uh,
Assigning this outer function to out one. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm calling out one, right? Okay, first let me display this. So it is executing, right? So what I have done, this outer function, right, I have assigned to this variable, okay, out one. And now
Hmm.
what I'm doing, I am calling out one as a function. Okay, so it is working, right? So what I'm doing, so I have assigned this variable, right? I mean outer function as another variable, out one, and here now this has become now function. Okay,
So
so now I
out
can,
one, but out one is an object, right? It won't be variable. Oh, so sorry, huh? It will be variable. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And we're calling it as a function. Okay.
declaring this out one, right? So out one is now has been assigned to this outer one. Okay, so whenever I'm calling now this out one as a function, so it won't throw an error. Okay, it will be good. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, okay, I think this is outer function is there. Okay, now for example here x, what is this, abc, I have declared this as a variable. Okay, now here I'm declaring x, I said okay as abc. Okay, now what I'm doing, x y z. Okay, I'm calling this as a function. Okay, so whether this will work.
Yes, it will work.
Okay, what about you, Pratiksha?
Uh, ABC. I don't think it will work. Calling it variable with a function.
Acha,
Don't
okay,
think.
it's a very function. Okay, it will not work.
Okay, so as she said,
Because that is a variable, right?
so that's what, right? So here, why this is working? Because this outer we have defined as function. Okay, that's why
Function.
now this function has been wrapped to this out one, and now this we are calling this as out. Okay, this function. Okay,
Acha, so
right?
that another variable we can call it as a function because
This
we
is
have
the property of
hmm
this outer is function. Okay,
the
here this
function.
property
That's
of
why.
this ABC is
Hmm.
not a function. It is a
Yes,
string
yes.
property. Okay, so even though if you are calling it as a function, it won't work. Okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
so
Yep.
now you can one thing is clear. Okay, so we can and function can be assigned as a variable. Okay, and
Variable cannot work.
um, code is
Can you once more explain the first line? Functions are first class objects.
yeah, so that's what I'm doing, right? One by one I'll be explaining. Okay, so one thing is clear, right? The first thing.
Okay, okay. So yeah, these are the sub points of that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, I think okay. Let me do.
yeah. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Can you tell me whether this will work or not?
Mm.
Mhm. Low.
Why you put underscore before the bracket?
Because that variable name is lower underscore.
Acha, okay, variable name is lower underscore.
This. mm, mhm.
Okay, let me do one change. Okay, now it will work.
It will work
I
because you assign the function to variable, but in the value of it. But there is no
won't work.
argument.
Wait.
Huh?
It is not expecting any argument. Shouldn't work.
Okay,
It will not work.
let's see.
It will work. अच्छा नहीं क्या चलो.
Correct. Reason be correct.
Hmm.
Okay, fine. Why it is not working?
Because there is no argument we are sending to that function to lower.
Zero argument.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, now here.
You making any changes to the code?
Yeah, you made right. I have made one change.
What
Can't you
change?
see? Here I have put a bracket.
Where?
Bracket. It shouldn't work.
Like, ये तो पहले तो-
हेलो.
Yeah,
हाँ,
हाँ. नहीं काम करेगा ना ये.
yeah, it won't work.
Because
Okay,
again
मुझे तो नहीं
it's
पता.
not having none type object is not callable. Okay.
Non-type
well,
object is not callable. What is the meaning of this type error? Am I audible?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So why non-type object is not callable? What is the meaning of this type error?
Oh, you are not getting this error. Okay. So
हाँ,
what happened is, see here, I'm directly calling this function, right? So here it won't assign any value for this, right?
yeah,
So this is none, right? Here it will get none only, right? For this, because I'm directly calling this function. Okay, here it was not returning anything. Okay, so here you will get none only, right? Output. Okay.
yeah.
अच्छा.
So
We
now
are
you're
just
here
calling the
none, right?
function.
Here you are calling none, right? So that is why here it is showing none type object. Okay,
Hmm.
Is that
fine. So now
Yes,
what
yes,
I have
yes.
done here, I have done this change. Okay, I have written string dot lower and I have done this change. Whether
But
this will
agar
work?
it is non-type, if it is returning none, right? Because there is no return type. So lower underscore should be having none, right?
Yeah, it is having none only, right?
हाँ अ, तो फिर जब लोअर नेहुल है तो वहां पे इट शुड प्रिंट नन.
No, I'm calling this as a function, right? So none type object is not callable, right? So callable means whenever you are putting some bracket, right? So what Python expect that this is kind of function, okay, right?
Okay,
It
okay,
is
okay,
not.
okay. Sorry. So it is not taking it as a function only. So it is now no more a function, and you are trying
Yeah,
to call a function inside the print. That's why this is an error, right?
correct, correct.
Okay, okay, got it. Thanks.
Now whether this will work?
Uh,
Mm,
Again, the error will be because there is no argument.
no argument. Huh, correct.
That will be the error. So it will not work.
Fine,
Okay.
okay.
Hmm.
Argument balance.
Now,
Yeah, now it will work successfully.
Now to it will work. Hmm. Smaller will come. Hmm.
okay. And so this one now you understood that without here, if argument is there, then you need to pass argument, and if argument is not there, when though if you are passing right, then it won't work. Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
fine.
totally.
Now let me do one more complicate.
ये सारी चीजें यूज कहाँ होती है वो भी बता देना.
जब अपन डेवलपमेंट करते हैं तब.
प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी वरना तो ये सब
हाँ,
कुछ ऐसे ही इवापोरेट होने लगता है.
जैसे पहले हुआ था
Yeah,
वैसे.
yeah.
Okay, let me not some of the documents clearly. You understood what I have done? Fine. Yeah, you
You
understood,
are
right?
returning the function itself.
Yeah. So what
So
I'm doing, there is outer function is there. So here I'm expecting value x, and here I'm expecting value y. So what I'm doing, I'm just returning the division of y by x,
yeah,
and here what I'm doing, I'm returning the inner function from over here, right? From outer function. Okay.
you are returning the inner function from the outer.
Okay. So I think that up to this clear. Okay. Now
Yeah,
let me
yes,
do
yes.
one thing.
Function return. How can you return the function?
Okay, just let me do one thing. Okay.
Divide by two. Um,
Can you tell me first of all whether this will work or not? And if it
it
will
needs
work,
two arguments, right? It
okay.
needs
So
two
it,
arguments.
it, it won't work, right?
Yeah, it will fail at line number 7 only. Do divide 2 because there is no other argument.
Hmm. Now what about you, Pratiksha?
Yeah,
It will
think
throw
it
an error.
shouldn't. Yeah,
Okay, fine.
No, how come?
it worked. Why did it work?
Can you tell me how many arguments here I'm expecting for this function?
One.
Yeah, then here I'm passing one argument, right? Then why it should not work?
Like there it will work, but when it goes inside inner dev, it
Okay.
won't have
So
y value, no?
okay, I'll tell you. Okay. So that's what here I'm telling why I made this complex, right? So that you can understand how this function calling is happening. Okay. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So as I mentioned the other point, right? That you can return function as an return argument, right? So as a first class citizen, okay, the objects, right? So you can return. So what I am doing here, I am returning this, okay, function, right, as an return argument for this do divide, right? So first of all, what I am doing, I am doing do divide, okay. So do divide 2. So that means what I'm doing, first I'm calling this, okay. So what here I'm passing the value x equal to 2, okay, for d1, and same I have created another variable d2 for this. Now I'm passing the value of x is equal to 3, okay. Now what this have written is when I call this, right? So now it has written inner div, okay, for both of this. Now if I have to call this div1, right? So I have to pass now value this, okay. Why? Because this is written now inner div, okay. So for that I have to pass the value of y now, right? So what I am doing now, here I am passing the value y equal to 10. So what it will compute now, 10 divided by 2, okay. So it is printing 5. Now same here I am passing the value y equal to 12. So now what it will compute, 12 divided by 3. So it is printing 4. For example, now here I am not passing any value, right? So it will throw an error, right? Because it expects, see, inner do divide inner div missing one required arguments, right? You are getting, right? So what I have done,
Yeah.
so this is now this div1 is nothing but the inner div, okay. So I am calling now inner div. You can assume like that, okay. Now I am calling this inner div because this function already written this inner div, right? So now I
Hmm.
here the outer function call is completed here, okay, and I have passed value x. Now this is nothing but this is equal to this inner div, right? And I'm passing the value equal to something, okay. I need to pass, and I'm not passing, that's why I'm getting error here, okay. So here for
Yeah.
example I'm passing value 14. Now it should return
Hmm.
the results 14 divided by 2, that equals to 7,
Oh,
correct?
okay.
Right. So the other thing is what we understood is we can return function as a return argument, and we can call again here, okay. We're getting right this.
Can you
So
explain again one time?
yeah, so this is, even this kind of things is called as, higher order functions, okay.
Okay.
So the functions, so you, what I mean is what I have written here is functions, okay, which returns another functions or expects another function as an argument, okay, are called higher order functions, okay. So you understood this statement, okay, okay or not? Just tell me, okay. I'll explain, okay, one more time here. See, why this is called, higher order function is here I am returning another function, right, as an return argument, okay, for this do divide, right? So what here the first purpose is clear, right? Which returns another function, okay,
Function is written for another function.
okay. One thing is clear.
Huh.
Yes.
I'll come to this one later, okay. After this we can also pass, another function as an argument also, okay. That will, I'll come to that later, okay. So this one is clear, right? Fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'll tell you how again, this execution, okay, one more time. So what I'm doing here, first, I'm calling this do divide, okay. And what do divide expects is it expects, argument x, okay, which is nothing but the divider, okay.
Yeah.
So that I'm passing, and I of s d1. Okay. Now when hello.
Yeah, we cannot see your screen.
हाँ मुझे आवाज भी नहीं आ रही है.
आवाज थोड़ी आ रही है बट स्क्रीन नहीं दिखाई दे रही है. Maybe you can try rejoining also.
Hello.
Yes, audible, audible.
Am I audible? Yeah.
हाँ
Okay.
हाँ जी.
So what I was trying to tell here is this one. Okay. First of all, I'm calling this right do divide. Okay. So what it expects this do divide expects one argument. Okay. X. So I'm passing that argument 2. Okay. Fine. So now here in this function, right? What it is doing now here, it is returning this inner function, right? Inner div. Okay. And what inner div now expects? Inner div is expecting one more argument y. Okay. So now here this is nothing but this has been wrapped to this inner one, right? Inner div. Okay. So now whenever
Yeah.
I'll call this, right? So what it will do, it will now call this inner function. Okay. Because inner 14 is there. So now I'm passing this, right? So which is nothing but y. So y is now assigned to 14 and x already we have passed here, right? So now here it is 2, right? So that is nothing but that's why I'm getting the result 7. Okay.
अभी समझ में आया. Now it is clear.
हाँ वही.
अभी तक तो एलियन लग रहा.
And same applies to the below one. Okay.
हम्म.
One more
Perfectly
thing,
clear.
one more thing I can do. Okay. One more thing I can do.
इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाओगे.
हाँ ना.
Okay. Can you tell me whether this will work or not?
Okay. So x comma y. Negative x comma y. In a dev it will go, it will return something, do divided by 4. Do divide will have only one variable, na? But function. Acha,
नहीं sorry.
पता नहीं.
What about you, Mansi? Whether this will work or not?
Uh, it will work. Yeah, it will work. It will be printing 5.0.
There's no print. Acha, हाँ, print statement है. Okay.
Both you are telling, right? It will work.
Yes, according to me, it will work.
Okay. What about you, Pratiksa?
Not sure. I don't think it will work.
Let's see.
It is not different.
It is throwing error.
It is name.
Inner dev will give 5, but then it will go inside do divide function 5. Function is 5. I'm not sure about what line number 2 will do. Function x comma y.
Okay. I'll remove this now.
No.
तो बिल्कुल काम नहीं करेगा because you remove the argument. And now here you are passing the argument.
So both will be
Won't
your
print anything because we are not returning anything from do divide. But it will. Mm, mm, mm.
I think now it can work, right? Because x and y, the error was in line number 2 only. हाँ अभी work करेगा शायद. अभी work करना चाहिए.
okay. Let's see.
Wonderful. Very good.
Can you tell me why it is not working?
What I think is, I was just having a guess that it might not work, and it was because under do divide, in it is returning a function, right? So div1 is holding the function as a return value. So div1 is holding a function, and while you are printing, you are not giving argument in div1. So you don't need to pass the arguments in inner div, in the calling line number 7, but you need to pass the argument in line number 10, isn't it? That's
Inner
what
div में भी तो भेजना पड़ेगा ना.
uh,
Can you tell me now whether this will work or not?
Didn't work, right?
Okay, let's see.
अभी काम कर जाएगा देखो. मुझे नहीं पता क्यों लेकिन चलो.
Server lost okay. Connection. Just a second. Let me run it one more time.
नहीं करा. नॉन टाइप ऑब्जेक्ट इज नॉट कॉलेबल.
Now,
हाँ, नॉन टाइप ऑब्जेक्ट तो it is turning
Now तो it's not object. Now तो it's variable.
div1. div1 is
I think same error. फिर भी.
अब बिल्कुल पता नहीं, हम कैसे भी नहीं कर क्योंकि पता ही नहीं क्या हो क्या रहा है.
it is working, right?
ओके.
Okay.
And I mean,
कैसे?
are you understanding what is happening exactly?
Exactly. अच्छा, I understood this why it is printing now, right?
Yeah.
But why you are passing inner div 10 comma 2 as as a argument 10 comma 2? So I do divide. It is meaningless. That's what I.
मतलब उसका जो भी रिटर्न होगा वो 5 है suppose. नहीं 5 नहीं है, it will be float value. It
हाँ
will be integer and that we are passing, it will be float and that we are passing in do divide, which
यस
is
एग्जैक्टली। तो ये इसका
वही।
मीनिंगलेस हो रहा है बिकॉज
हाँ वही।
starting a float as an argument in the where it is expected function as an argument. Am I
See,
audible?
yeah, 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 you're audible.
Yes.
Okay.
See, actually, what is happening? Okay, here it is nothing but okay. First, I'm calling this right. Inner execution will happen. Okay, so what it will return? It will return 2 by 10. Okay, so which is nothing but point 0.2. Okay,
हाँ
fine.
हाँ
Now here point 0.2 will come. Okay, now what I'm doing? I'm just no here point 0.2 is there, right? I'm not returning anything, right? So here this is nothing but fun will be replaced by point 0.2. Okay, when I'm printing, see here I'm calling this right. So here it is not returning anything, right? So it is returning none. So that's why here I'm getting output none.
okay okay it
If
is working as a variable here.
yeah,
Fine.
now here see this was when I was calling this as function, right? But
हाँ
this was kind of variable, okay? So it is not called a
Hmm.
time object. That's why you are getting that
Hmm.
error. Okay?
Hmm.
so simple I think they are sleeping.
Yeah,
This is
it is
logical.
it is simple.
हाँ sorry sorry sorry.
So it was very straightforward. There was no issue. Okay.
Yeah correct. Good. But yes, can you? Yeah, this is fine. This is very straightforward. It was our mistake. But if we want logically, we cannot pass like this, right? Can we, if it is a function there, to divide as an argument, can we give function as an argument inside the function?
Wait, I'm doing.
Okay.
Can you tell me whether this will work or not?
Hmm. It won't work because we are returning the variable and calling it as a function.
Okay, fine. What about you, Mansi?
Sorry, I went to drink water.
Okay,
I'm looking at the code now.
it's not working, right? No, I mean, sorry. It will work or not?
Mm, it will work. It will work.
What, what it will print?
This one.
If it is working, okay.
The return. हाँ sorry.
No, if it will work, right?
हाँ हाँ तो क्या print होगा? Okay, I'm telling you. In a div called there is no return type here. So in do divide will not return anything. Sorry, inner divide is not going to return anything, but do divide is going to. Hmm. I think first do divide called will get printed, and then inner div called will get printed.
Okay, so only two arguments will be printed, right? Sorry, according
हाँ
to you.
हाँ थोड़ा सा confusion है.
Okay, let's see.
Error.
क्योंकि ये जो div1 है वो वेरिएबल है, इट्स नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट राइट नाउ।
हाँ
और
वो
फिर उस
मुझे
वेरिएबल को अपन एज अ फंक्शन कॉल कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, वही कुछ समझ में गड़बड़ जैसे कि क्या मुझे क्या पता था कि जैसे आई थिंक सी प्लस प्लस या जावा में हम लोग सिर्फ एड्रेस पास वो नहीं होता पास बाय वैल्यू एंड पास बाय रेफरेंस तो मैं थोड़ा
Okay, okay.
इस
So
मेंटालिटी से
okay,
सोच रही
can
थी
you
यहाँ
tell
पे
me like what is Java is pass by value or pass by reference?
जावा इज पास वो मुझे नहीं पता I don't know
What
that.
about you, Pratiksha? Java is passed by value or passed by reference?
It's I
Pass by
think it's
reference?
Yeah, you can tell anything, right? Like,
नहीं इसीलिए तो बोल रही हूँ कुछ guess नहीं करना ऐसे कुछ तो लॉजिकल आर्गुमेंट होनी चाहिए कुछ बोलने के लिए.
yeah, actually Java is passed by value. Okay.
Java is passed by value.
Yeah,
Let's
कैसे?
not go into Java, please.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Please
what.
stay in Python.
Yeah.
It is becoming so complex.
Can you tell me
So,
whether this will work or not?
uh,
this will work.
Yeah,
क्यों
it
काम
will work.
करेगा? रुको रुको
It will
रुको
work.
अच्छा, this won't work. Non-type
नहीं नहीं
object is
पहले
not
पहले
callable.
ना थोड़ा clarity चाहिए. Okay, why we are guessing anything when we don't know the base thing which is happening. So because it is taking more time. So the first question which I have is when you are passing func, right?
Yeah,
FUNC in the do divide, and
yeah.
now you're calling it as a function. So are you passing address of as a address of func variable, like it's a address and then you are just calling it a function ka address. You're passing in the argument and then you're calling the function there. Is it like that, or
See,
what is the process that you are doing in the do divide? Please explain that first.
here I'm see nothing. See, I'm don't like get confused with anything. Okay, here I'm just
Huh.
passing one argument which is name as func. Okay, first I'm
Huh.
printing this and I'm just calling this argument as a function. Okay, fine.
But it is a variable, right? FUNC
No,
in
Oh,
the
that
argument.
sleep.
no that you can't like see right now you can't see from function definition you can't guess anything, right? Here just function definition. Okay, so this variable can be anything. It can be function, it can be variable. Okay,
Okay.
so that
It
you have to
could.
decide. That you have to decide whether this is a function or not. Okay,
Okay, fine. That we have to decide. So when you are calling in line number 8, what is happening is when you are calling do divide and then inside that inner div. Inner div is a function which you are calling here. So inner div will get executed first, I think.
Hmm.
Okay, so inner div called will should get printed, and then after that do divide called and then inner div called. I think he lost the connection.
Hmm.
कितना confusing.
बहुत पढ़ना पड़ेगा अभी बैठ के.
am I audible or not?
अच्छा है पर mindfulness हो रही है मेरी तो.
अब मेरा नाम प्रतीक्षा कैसे आ रहा है? वाह.
मैंने रीनेम किया.
अच्छा,
Can
आपने
you hear
रीनेम
me
किया.
now?
मैं कब से रीनेम का ऑप्शन ढूंढ रही
आपको नहीं आएगा.
हूँ.
Can
Um,
you hear me now or not?
हाँ हाँ.
Yes,
Hello.
yes,
Yes, you are
yes, yes.
audible.
Now we can.
Okay, so here you understood, right? Whatever I defined here. Okay, so don't come to here. Till now, this one is clear, right?
हाँ, it is clear, very clear.
Now here, see what I'm doing. Do divide is there. Okay.
हाँ.
Now what I'm doing, I'm doing one more thing. Inner div. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm calling this. Okay, inner div as an
हाँ.
argument. Okay,
हाँ.
fine,
Fine.
correct. Now what
Yeah.
I'm doing here is inner div is there. Okay, and here inner div will be, I mean, whatever here it will be called. So whatever it is there, so it will be passed here. Okay, in this derivate. Okay, now tell me when here I'm directly calling inner div. Okay, inner div, fine.
हाँ.
So when I'll first this will be executed directly. Okay, so inner div will be printed. Okay, but now here it is returning none type. Okay, so what will happen, this will print it, but when it comes to here, right, func. Okay, because this is returning none, so it will throw an error, none type object is not callable, right, because
Yeah.
this is returning none. Okay, so that's what you are getting error, right? So first you can see two print statement has been printed, correct? Now when it can here, it is throwing error because none type object is not callable. Fine. Because here
Why it is none type object? What
Because we are
inner
not
div returned?
passing.
we are not returning anything from inner div, right? So it will return none
Okay,
by default.
so by default, the return type of any function is none.
Yeah.
We can say that for generalized as a
Yeah.
generalized statement, right?
Yeah. If you are not
Okay,
returning anything. Okay.
okay, got it. अभी ऐसे clear हुआ अभी इसी समझ
Okay, अभी क्लियर हो गया है तो अभी इसका आंसर बताओ, ये रन होगा कि नहीं होगा?
uh,
Um, it will throw error. मतलब वो print करेगा inner def फिर do divide और फिर उसके बाद error throw करेगा.
What about you, Mansi?
I need time to think. Again, this will return now. This one. It will. I think none will be print. None could print. Wait, then maybe. Even do device is not returning. It should be there.
So it will throw an error.
It will throw an error. Yes, it will throw an error.
It haven't, right?
क्यों? हाँ वही क्यों? Because function
But you
doesn't
can
have anything
you
right
can
now, right?
change it.
I think you people are not getting exactly what I have done previously. Mm,
I think I
That
am
was the
getting it.
problem. Okay.
Um,
So
एक काम करो.
tell me one thing.
अच्छा हाँ 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 oh no. Inner dev is printing and do divide is getting inner dev, but inner dev is a function, so it will do.
No, I think it is because do divide is not returning anything. So the return it is returning none, and we are printing the div, so it is none.
हाँ
है
मैं
ना?
फंक्शन में कंफ्यूज हो गई थी तो पहले वो इनर डेव को कॉल कर रहा है तो इनर डेव ने उसका काम कर दिया और उसके बाद में डू डिवाइड में गया विथ नन तो फंक्शन
बहुत अच्छा
ओके
था.
No, but see, first it is printing do divide, right? Then it is printing inner div, right?
हाँ करेक्ट
It is not the same as the
डिवाइड
previous, right? And if you see here,
Your screen is low.
वापस वही
कितनी अच्छी एक्सरसाइज हो रही है ना ब्रेन की.
वही बहुत
अभी
ही अच्छी
अभी नुमा शाम करने बैठना. अच्छी एकाग्रता लगेगी.
हाँ
Your screen is not visible, Level by.
oh, is it okay? Now,
हाँ.
see what can you tell me what now D1 holds?
D1.
Yes.
It is holding. It is holding what? It is inner div. You are assigning inner div to D1.
but it is not returning anything तो none
No, but it is not being called now. Inner div is not called here. It is just assignment.
अच्छा हाँ करेक्ट सॉरी
Yeah. So this is exactly holding what inner div is holding. Okay, D1 same as like that. Okay, that is the reference type. Okay, you can say if I'll do something like this. Okay,
then it
now
is
it is
hmm.
holding the return value of div inner div. Okay, so
Yes.
there is a difference. Okay, so this one you understood, right?
Yes.
Now let's come to here. So what I have done here, Here I have passed this function as a reference, okay, to func.
Hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so do divide first. It will execute this. Okay, now since this is I'm passing this function as a reference. Okay, so whenever I'll call this, right, it will call this. Okay, now inner div. So inner div is called, since now after this function has been executed, now there is no other statement or returning anything. So what it will do, it will return div1. Okay, so now when I'm trying to print d1, right, so it will print none then at the end. Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Clear.
so here now you can see I'm passing the function as an argument, right?
हाँ.
Okay,
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Clear हो रहा है.
so expects another function as an argument. Okay,
एक
so
सेकंड के लिए.
here I'm passing this functions as an argument, and here I'm calling this as an callable object.
Oh,
Okay,
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Now I understood.
okay,
Yes.
so this is the one way. Okay, and let me do one more thing. Let me make it a little bit complex. Do you know what is decorators in Python?
Hmm?
Decorators.
What? What? What
Decorators.
you told? Decorator.
Decorators.
Decorators.
No.
You don't know, right?
No.
Okay, fine. Can you tell me whether this will work or not? If it work, okay, what it will print?
हाँ, ठीक है.
Do divide call.
हम्म,
Um,
हम्म.
inside wrapper. In your dev and then return this function. I didn't understand the like it will print do divide call, then it will print inside wrapper, then function is called, a function which is inner dev call, but it is returning wrapper function. It is returning wrapper function. Return statement, I don't know.
Okay, I mean, can you just tell me whether this will execute or it will throw an error?
It will execute. Just give me 1 minute. Let me
Okay.
go through. It will execute and it will print none. No, it will throw an error for sure.
Are you sure?
Yes, it will throw an error.
What about you, Pratiksha?
I am not sure. I don't know what it will do in
No.
return wrapper
Okay,
function.
Mansi, why it will throw an error?
Because the return type of do divide is
Okay,
wrapper function, right?
okay, okay. So
Function itself.
that's why it will throw an error, huh?
नहीं
According.
नहीं मतलब and it will be holding a wrapper function in div1, and if you call the wrapper function as a function in div print statement, then it might not throw the error, but you are not calling it as a function, you are just um, or maybe it can print none or it can throw an error. There are two possibilities. I'm not sure. And also the first print statement might get printed, that is do divide called, and then it goes to the
Okay,
errors
no.
thing.
Oh, you are giving lot of inputs. Okay, let me
अभी एक
just
बार रन
execute.
करके देखना.
It is not throwing error. Okay.
हाँ,
So
and it is
doing
printing the address of that function, right? Wrapper one in the below
correct.
line.
Correct.
I was okay. I was correct. I was not able to explain, but inside I was correct. I
Okay.
felt.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So why this has happened? Okay. Do you know?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you. See what exactly is happening here is this one is clear, right? Function definition is clear, right? Just confusion is
That
happening
is clear. That is
in
clear.
these two
Just
lines.
when it is returning the same
Yeah.
function, I'm
Yes.
confused there. Hmm.
So what happening here is first I'm calling do divide. Okay. So
Hmm.
check here do divide is there. Okay.
Hmm.
Fine. Now here it is expecting any argument func. Okay. Which should be callable. Okay. Object.
Hmm.
So here is I have written this. Okay. This is there. Okay. Now what here I'm doing? I'm passing inner div. Okay. For this func. Okay.
Hmm.
Fine. Correct.
Yes.
So now here what it is doing when it will execute, now it is returning wrapper function. Okay. So
Yeah.
whenever this will return, this returns, okay, wrapper function. Okay. So what now d1 will be holding wrapper function, right?
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Since now this is a callable, right? But I'm just printing. Okay. I'm not calling this function. Okay. So now what it will print? It will print only the address of that function. Okay. Not exactly the function call. Okay.
Okay.
And since this one, by default here itself, it will call to only this print, will be printed. Okay. Then it will come to this one. Okay. Return one. Correct. Because here, this function called do divide is already done. Okay. Here.
Hmm.
But
Do
for,
divide is done, but
but for
then
wrapper function, haven't done, right? Wrapper function we have to then we have to call this function, right? D1. Now it will call, that. Okay. And both the function will be printed. Okay. Now you are getting.
if I'm not giving it as a function, then it will go in do divide. But it should go inside the wrapper function and print
No,
inside wrapper as well, na, in the earlier case.
no, why it should go? Wrapper function will only be executed, when
Oh.
I'll call
Ha
that
ha
function,
ha ha
right?
ha.
Here
Ha
I'm
ha
just
ha ha.
returning,
Correct.
I'm
Correct.
not calling,
You're
right?
just returning the ha. So
Yeah,
that's why it was printing the address of the function or what it was printing.
yeah, that was the address of the function. Okay.
Ha. But when you called it as a function, then the one is returning function and then it will call that function. Yeah. Understood. Hmm. But
Okay.
it printed do divide inside wrapper and inner dev called. Huh. Why did it printed none at the last?
Because see, it is not returning anything, right? From after this wrapper function is called, right? Here not returning anything. Okay, so
हाँ,
let's do one thing.
correct.
If file returns
हाँ,
in
not returning anything.
0 or maybe 14, right? Now it will print 14. Okay, then sorry, I need to call this function.
हाँ, function.
Okay.
हाँ, yeah, I understood. Because print will, okay, see the, हाँ, understood.
Even I can do one more thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Now can you tell me what it will print?
Uh, okay, return function. Okay, okay.
No, first tell me whether this will execute or it will throw an error. Since
Divide, it will go inside that, another.
It will throw an error according to me.
okay. What about you, Pratiksha?
I'm getting confused. 1 minute. Uh, divide.
You just changed the line number 15, right? Nothing else.
Line number 15, no?
तो
Line number
पहले
6.
div1 is equals to do divide in a div, no?
Just check what changes I have made. Okay.
Hmm.
Wrapper function को कॉल करेगा फिर वापस वो
अच्छा, okay. Let's take a lot of
inside wrapper.
time.
It will work. वो पहले प्रिंट करेगा वो पहले प्रिंट करेगा डू डिवाइड और फिर वो रिटर्न आ जाएगा उसका wrapper function, but then we are calling the wrapper function, so it will go inside wrapper and it will call function
Okay.
which is right now inner dev. ये कॉल करेगा और वो वापस रिटर्न करेगा inner dev का एड्रेस. आई थिंक
Okay.
सो ऐसा कुछ होगा.
Let's see.
है ना? अंडरस्टूड नाउ.
Understood, right?
हम्म.
Mansi, you
Yes, got it.
now whether it will work or not.
अरे बाप रे. Okay.
What is the meaning of this thing? Giving it double call.
अच्छा
Double.
वो वापस फंक्शन को कॉल करेगा मानसी.
हाँ.
वो वापस फंक्शन को कॉल करेगा एंड इट विल प्रिंट 2 times in a dev call.
Okay. It's going
Because
to
right.
it's going to
Okay.
call twice to wrapper
Hmm.
function.
Let's see.
In a dev call.
You got right now.
हाँ अंडरस्टूड. समझा आपको मानसी?
नहीं नहीं, कोई नहीं, समझा दो.
ठीक है. पहले पहले इसने क्या किया, div1 को कॉल किया है ना. एक ही फंक्शन को याद रखो, div1 और फंक्शन. तो div1 क्या कर रहा है, पहले डू डिवाइड को कॉल कर रहा है. डू डिवाइड में इनर डेव जा रहा है, तो डू डिवाइड कॉल आ जाएगा. फर्स्ट कॉल हो गया और वो रिटर्न क्या कर रहा है, wrapper फंक्शन. बराबर. तो div1 इज wrapper फंक्शन. करेक्ट.
Correct.
तो अब div1 का फंक्शन मतलब वो wrapper फंक्शन को कॉल करेगा. करेक्ट. तो वो आ जाएगा इनसाइड wrapper में.
Correct.
फिर वो इनसाइड wrapper में आया और वो फंक्शन को कॉल, ये फंक्शन क्या है अभी इसमें वापस इनर डेव है. बिकॉज इफ
Function.
यू सी इनर डेव पास हो रहा है तो फंक्शन का कौन सा फंक्शन है, वो इनर डेव.
अरे हाँ, करेक्ट. ओके.
करेक्ट. तो फिर वो
ओके.
फंक्शन
ओके.
कॉल हुआ
ओके.
तो इनर डेव, पर
इनर डिव
वापस उसने
कॉल्ड.
फंक्शन रिटर्न किया. तो इनर डेव को उसने रिटर्न किया एंड देन ही पुट अगेन वन मोर फंक्शन का. तो इसलिए अब वो रादर देन प्रिंटिंग द एड्रेस इट विल कॉल दैट फंक्शन एंड प्रिंट इनर डेव कॉल.
Okay. And when it is returning like function or wrapper function, it is returning the address. So when
हाँ.
you are giving it like function argument, so it is becoming a function, that address, and it is calling that
हम्म.
function. Okay, clear. वेरी क्लियर नाउ। चीज़ों को हम कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स कर सकते हैं यहाँ से सीख सकते हैं।
This is
Yes.
clear, right?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
I think
So
we
now,
should end for now. End for
just
today.
yeah, yeah, we should end before ending. Just in speaking, let me do one more thing. I think we have started one thing, right? In starting, the starting was with this, right? I'll just do with this one again. This, okay.
And one more thing I wanted to ask you that can you give us some suggestions for practicing these things from where you have practiced these things which are like teaching us?
Okay, what are the resources or from where are you learned? Okay, so there can be different resources, but
Your voice is not clear. It is breaking in between.
okay, so what I'm saying is, you can
Huh.
Google it, okay, whatever topics or anything you want to learn, right?
Huh. Yes, topics we can Google and learn the
Yeah,
theoretical part. But you practice this while doing your project work, or you practice on
no,
some
no, no.
learning platforms?
I think there only, right, when you'll, I think, read, right, from, for example, if you are following, gigs for geeks, right? So there
Huh.
you will be getting,
Yes.
like lot of, examples and all these things, right? So I think, from those examples, what you can do, you can try with your own examples, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So this is kind of, trial and error, right? So if it will work, then it is like succeed. Otherwise, you will get an error.
Yeah. Yes. 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 But there is a lot of things to remember. To remember, you know. That's why I was asking you that. And you can remember these things only when you're practicing it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, this can easily slip out
correct,
of your mind.
correct.
Mhm.
So even though if I'll tell you some resources, but if you'll just read, then what that won't help, right? So the exact
Correct.
thing that you can do is you can practice. Okay, can you tell me whether this will work or not?
Yeah.
Mm, two lower and return stream. Shouldn't work, right? Because we are not passing any argument. And it is return like can work to lower is returning str lower str
It
not
will throw
lower.
in error.
Okay, fine.
Mm, mm.
How this
Okay,
is too
so
much. How can it
Return
return
str
XYZ
lower.
when the string is not
so
defined in
this
the
is
function?
this is your homework, right? Why it is
Mm.
worked? Okay,
This is too much.
so
I
we'll
feel
end
that
with
I have not learned anything in this year,
yeah. That's what you and I feel. You haven't understood anything.
but I don't see
Because str lower is a function, that's why it converted that. So ठीक है, I'll explore. मेरे को थोड़ा समझ में आया, I guess.
So I think you understood, right? I mean, what my question is, and
Pratiksha. Pratiksha, when you understood
हाँ हाँ मेरे को थोड़ा मतलब मेरे को समझा कि it is returning the str lower function and in that str lower function we are passing xyz. Is that the right answer?
I think I'll answer in next session. Okay,
ठीक
you
है.
can guess, or maybe you can explore more.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then when can
Okay.
we meet next?
We can meet next. Not. I mean, tomorrow we can meet in evening. Okay, night
At what
after
time?
maybe after 8 we can connect.
After 8
ठीक है.
If it is
tomorrow.
fine, we can.
It is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, after 8. Maybe 8:15 or 8:30 will be fine for me.
Yeah,
Same for
8:30 is fine.
me. After it, fine.
Okay.
Okay, so after 8 or 8:30 के बीच में कभी भी हम कल कनेक्ट करते हैं. Okay,
Sure.
okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Neil bhai.
Okay. No issues.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.